And then I have to share my screen. Where is share? Oh. Um, 17. Okay, cool beans. Let me pull up here. And okay, cool beans. So we are back at it. Okay, this is what, week 4, day 2. Okay, right now we're just going to be going over little things as you guys continue to work on your projects and gain experience, right? Real life experience. That's all what we are about here. So you can take that experience and apply to these jobs that are 80K, 90K, and 100K, right? Because you are going to do the same exact thing that you are doing in these projects. It's the only difference is now it's in a enterprise setting, right? You are actually in a corporate job instead of doing it, freelance for, my company. Now, so yesterday, we went and talked about a little bit of tools, the tools that you need. And like I said, I was a little late to class because we had a training on Jira, which is one of the tools that we talked about. And it's a work management tool. So just pulling Jira up here, and I like to go to images so you can kind of see. Mostly project manage. This is a good image. Mostly project managers will use this. I am a part of a team. We are called Collaboration. We're a collaboration team. So we just deal with a whole bunch of systems. And this is one of the systems that they want us to use to track different tasks between each other and between different departments. So again, we can just stay track. I don't know. And again, it was just a training on how to use Jira and when we will use it. Since I'm more engineering, I probably won't use this as much. I'll probably use it to check what they're talking about, just to stay updated on what's happening in my department. But I probably won't really use this unless I need help from someone outside of my engineering department, which can probably be in sales or maybe a product manager or project manager, whatever, I don't know. But yeah, that was pretty cool. We had a training on it just now. It was 30 minutes. So definitely get into Jira, even if you just make up a project or like I said, want to do a project for me, get into Jira and start using it and whatever. So anyway, today, I really wanted to show you guys at least part 1 of job hunting, like where you should go and how you should set up your profiles. Because as you're gaining this experience, even though you have, the experience on your resume, it still matters how your resume is formatted and the places that you're going and sending it out. A lot of times you may have all the experience, but because your resume is so jumbled together or not properly formatted, then they just pass right over you. So let's just really quick go over some things. I'm going to click out of here and we're going to talk about just regular job boards like dice.com. You go to Dice and make sure on these type of job boards, which is like monster.com, Indeed, Career Builder, all of those sites you should be on and you should have your profile, right? I don't like to add a picture sometimes you can, depends on, if you have a real professional picture, which I don't, unfortunately, but you don't have to add a picture. Just make sure that you have your jobs, you have your profile, updated and it's visible. You're looking for a job, so you definitely will get a lot of calls and emails that are from overseas people. Again, these are, headhunters. These are folks that are, trying to get you into a job so they can make commission. So they're going to just be, sending you a whole bunch of stuff and, it may or may not go through. However, you want to be visible to everybody because you're trying to get into a job. Okay. Also sign up for their alerts, their email alerts, so you can be emailed when new jobs get posted onto these sites, because again, it's a numbers game. So you want to be one of the first to apply, because there's other people with the same experience you have, or probably more. So be the first, let them see you first, and then, get that interview and knock that interview out. So this is one of the sites I love. Dice is specific to tech jobs. And then of course the regular Indeed, Monster, Career Builder, and those other ones, Glassdoor, whatever, I don't know. But make sure the main thing is on all of these sites, upload your resume, fill it out, and make sure that it's visible, and also get these alerts, okay? Because, you know, again, it's a numbers game. You want to be filling out applications like my bad, guys. We had a storm, so it kind of been messing up my internet connection. I don't know. It's been raining heavy, heavy, heavy. Um, where we at? Oh, let me go back to sharing my screen here. Screen two. Okay, okay. So basically we did the regular jobs. Let's just go right into some other places that I like. Um, and this is one that I got from, I don't know where I got this, but this is a site that, you know, I found a couple freelance jobs at. They did have a Slack that I was, a Slack group. They may have a Discord, I don't know. But they definitely had a Slack group that I was involved in, and they would send out jobs just randomly. It was really good. And I found, that's where I started web scraping. I have found a data scraper, data engineer from this network. And he taught me a few things, and he helped me scrape some sites. And yeah, I've been using this ever since. So definitely be part of this network, Black Professionals in Tech Network. Yeah, find some jobs, find some opportunities, link with some folks. This is great resource. Okay. Let's see. We have Black. Is it gonna load? Oh, maybe not. This is not the website. Let's do Black Ways. Maybe. Oh, not towel. It's supposed to be another Black network. Maybe this is not their actual site. Black. Oh man, I gotta get the site for y'all. But it's the same as this one, Black Professionals in Tech Network. It's just another type of network. I gotta find you guys this link because it's really good, actually. This is where I find a lot of my opportunities. And usually I do freelance stuff if I'm not happy with like a full compensation package. I still have to supplement my income somehow. So these sites help with that, do a couple projects or work on a contract for like 2-3 months and get paid. I don't know where that, because this link is not working. I don't know why this is not the link. I think they have to spell it out something. Anyway, so I'll get that link. I gotta find it. That Doodly link, it's just Doodly. I thought I had a different link, but with the software, it's all you have to download it almost like a VS Code. You download it to your computer. So you actually have to go to doodly.com and download it. But anyway, moving on, Web3 career. I show you guys a lot. I send this a lot to you guys. This is really good. And I mean, this is just one of many. There are tons and tons of Web3 job sites out there. I'm going to give you some more, but today I just want to, give you guys just a little bit, because, we're going to do like, a bunch of these days as far as looking at jobs boards and applying to different jobs. But at least, this is, part one. We're going to start off with just doing some basic job hunting where you should go. Like, again, I said, Dice, Career Builder, Indeed, Monster, Glassdoor, all those places. Make sure you are setting up an account, okay? Make it visible and get these alerts. That should take you like a whole day. Then you want to join these different types of networks, like the Black Professional and Tech Network. These are small groups that do the same thing that we do here at Tech Speak. Ensure that you have a network of Black professionals to where one may be a tech recruiter, and they may say, hey, I have a position, since we're in this group together, I'll look at your resume first, things in that such. So again, it's all a numbers game. We want to make sure that we properly position ourselves, okay? And then Web3, like if you want to take these same skill sets or whatever skill sets that you have and go into the blockchain space, come over to web3.career. Again, you can just Google Web3 careers and come up with like tons of websites. But this is the one that's pretty good. I've been actually got an interview from one job on this site. So, I try to fill out as many applications as I can. So yeah, definitely with this, we have, let me see. I don't know if this is more, not tech, but if this is up our salary requirements. But it is a way, again, to supplement your income, right? One source of income is too close to no sources of income. So make sure that you have more than one source of income. And these are the ways you can make a little bit, I'm gonna just say close. These are the ways you can make a little bit more money as you work towards that 160K salary. And even after you get that 160K salary, still continue to supplement your income. But this is a good place that I started with, as far as just finding just side gigs, just to, again, if I don't want to do Uber or Lyft, I can do something just straight from my home, right? From my computer. And we have data entry, transcribing stuff, virtual assistants. I tried virtual assistants, actually not that bad. But I just have too much work to be somebody else's assistant. Writing, again, teaching, like a lot of these things, proofreader, customer search, chat support, that's where I found out about being a Discord moderator. That's how I even got into Discord, really, because they was talking about being chat support for it. And I'm like, what? And I went more into it. I was like, oh, okay, but I don't think I applied, or maybe I applied, it just didn't hit me up. And then I ended up learning or getting into Discord from, I think it was Uniswap. That's when I actually created a profile and everything. But anyway, definitely look at this dream home-based work. So let me go ahead and drop that in the chat. I'm gonna drop that in the chat for everyone, actually. So let me go to work marketplace and drop it there. So again, you're looking for work opportunities, just come to work marketplace in the Discord. We have some opportunities there. Again, it's just access to information is what we have going on here. So yeah, definitely check out those sites. And just outside of, traditionally applying, go to Facebook groups, like join, Black tech Facebook groups or tech Facebook groups, whatever, join Black Twitter, get on Twitter and start talking about things like Afrotech or at least those hashtags and tech hashtags or JavaScript hashtag or, Solidity hashtags. Like follow those hashtags, because not only are you going to get information about that term, you also can find opportunities. Okay, we have to network. And you want to work from home, you want to be remote, the best way is to find jobs remotely. And how do you do that outside of just going to a job board? Look at non-traditional ways, like Facebook groups. There's a ton of groups that come together and help each other find jobs. Like I said, get on Twitter, follow hashtags, Instagram as well. Like use your social media to make money, right? We don't want to leave no stone unturned here. Oh, and lastly, LinkedIn. Like you should be on LinkedIn, okay? LinkedIn. That's another way for recruiters to reach out to you. You don't even have to apply. You can just literally set up your profile, let me click, this is my profile. Set up your profile, put some stuff in here, right? This LinkedIn is like almost the new Facebook, right? Like you make posts about what you've been doing. You've been completing projects, put that up here. Look what I did, but technically speaking, right? You see, I added myself a little internship there. Add some blog stuff, add your education, add your certificates, add your skills and what you're interested in, right? Like you really need to build your network, build your brand. This is now your brand, especially if you're trying to get to the 250K mark. This is your brand. This is how you make money. And you make money remotely by doing these things, and people can see and people can reach out. Again, we don't want to leave any stone unturned. So Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, get on it, make profiles, and brand yourself as a tech professional. Okay. So yeah, that's really part one of what I wanted to show you guys as far as job hunting and some places for you to go and at least set up your profile, right? Set up your profile, navigating through it, discovering what these posts are about, what this person is talking about. Like just do some discovery, do some research. So yeah, that's what I had about jobs. Now, before I even go in on some decentralized knowledge, anybody have any questions about what we just went through? No? Okay, that's fine. So yeah, let's go into just some of these blockchain stuff that I wanted to just put on your plate here. So let's start here. So the first thing is, I've been going through these tokens and, creating different things, specifically smart contracts, but how to deploy these smart contracts and where to keep these smart contracts instead of just locally on my computer, just saved in a folder, right? Or even in my OneDrive. And again, it's all about being decentralized from point A to point B. So if I have, the code or I have it uploaded to my storage, that's still centralized. So how do I get it decentralized? How do I make sure that not only am I, coding this in Remix in a, Solidity, a Solidity IDE, but I want to be able to hold this code somewhere where, again, it's decentralized. And one of the places that I've been dealing with is Alchemy. It's really big. It's like it's like decentralized AWS, right? It's like the biggest one out here. Everyone's using Alchemy here. So get into Alchemy, right? We already know what AWS is, so make it decentralized and here's your company. I would say start playing around with these type of technologies like decentralized databases, decentralized data storage companies, and see what they have going on, see what they're developing, see how you can use it, see how you can make money from it, right? Everything's an opportunity. So look for that. A big thing I want to go into is their blog. Actually, let me go to the first page. You go to products, use cases. Where's their blog at? Company, oh, blog. Go to their blog and even have a careers page. Apply, see what these, careers got going on. Every website that you go to, you should be looking at their careers and applying, saying, hey, I could do it. You never know the opportunities. But their blog has a bunch of stuff that you can learn about. You can learn about their whole infrastructure, right? Let's go to learn. You can learn about data accuracy, how to find airdrop hunters. I don't know if you guys know about airdrop, but that's basically when a new coin hits the market, they give out free tokens, or coin or tokens. It depends on, if it's their own blockchain or not, but they come out with new crypto and they'll send it to you for free. You just have to do some things like maybe join their Discord, or maybe, I don't know, you probably do have to do some type of task on their network or for them. Maybe you have to promote them. You have to shout them out on your Instagram. I don't know. Again, it's just a task that they want you to do. And once you complete that, they will airdrop free crypto that you didn't have to pay for into your wallet. I've used this a bunch of times. I try to participate in as many airdrops as I feel comfortable with, because you have to be very careful. There are a lot of, schemers and scammers out here. So just be careful out here. Regardless, I participate in them and I've got a couple. So yeah. And then NFTs, like, how to start a DAO. We're definitely trying to make sure that we build this DAO for DAO Flick. I was thinking of even incorporating a DAO, technically speaking, we'll see, but learn about a DAO, right? Learn about the difference between these RC protocols here. And again, it just gives you a lot more information. Like, don't doubt their blog section, okay? I've used it to learn some things, and even if I'm Googling, I'll probably end up on one of, something of one of theirs if I go in. So yeah, definitely check that out. Outside of Alchemy, there are alternatives you guys may heard of or may not heard of, but check out their competitors, check out what other things are out here when you're talking about software as a service. Okay. QuickNode, I don't know, you guys probably talked about QuickNode. I've used QuickNode a bunch of times. And then we have Amazon, AWS. They do have a blockchain section, right? I don't know if it's worth anything, but they do have that decentralized section. Coinbase, whatever. And yeah, these are a lot of places. Morales, this is actually the first I would say decentralized software I've used. And yeah, they got a bunch. IBM blockchain. Oh, that was in my early days as well. I didn't even know what this was when I first came about it. And then I started learning more blockchain. It was like, oh, this is what IBM is doing. What's so crazy is I had an opportunity to work with bringing their blockchain infrastructure to life. I knew someone who knew someone who knew someone who was the president of IBM. And we talked a little bit. And yeah, I don't know what happened, whatever. But yeah, what happened, I mean, at least in the beginning, what happened was I just didn't understand the language. I'm like, this is a lie. I don't know what the hell is going on. Like, I don't know. I can't help you with this. But as I learned more, as I've been learning, it's like, oh, I see what you guys wanted. And then I came back to it was like, I think I can do this for you guys. But yeah, due to time, schedule, and a whole bunch of things that, got put on the back burner. So, maybe I'll go back, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see if I can contact the president again. I mean, to be fair, the president is my mom's client. So, I talk to him, I have his access. So, you know, it's all about, like I said, building networks, building connections, and putting yourself out there, making sure that you have a digital footprint of you being a tech professional. Because I don't think that this IBM president would have even held a conversation with me if he couldn't just research me and see like, oh, okay, you got something going on, right? I just showed him my LinkedIn. It wasn't nothing crazy. I think my mom showed him my LinkedIn. So that's all that was. And he was open for a conversation. So do make sure, you are prepared. So when the opportunity comes, you already have something to show and you're not scrambling, trying to get things together and in order. And you don't have to have all this professional experience. You don't have to have all of this, looking good. Like as long as you have it up, you have your LinkedIn and it is current and it's showing what you're doing, then that's all that matters. They want people that have fresh minds, not people that's been in this industry for 20 years, 10 years. But anyway, yes, look into this, other data storage technologies or companies. And then I have uTrust. I just came across this like 2 days ago. I've been meaning to look into this, but they're basically talking about being something like a BitPay. Like you can spend your crypto and pay your bills just like you would with your fiat money. When I love that, I'm trying to really transition my whole life to decentralized. Like I really don't want to, operate in a centralized way. I'm trying to get, pay my bills this way, pay my rent this way, whatever I need. My browser, I'm still using Chrome, so don't judge me, but browser, just like everything, I'm trying to, really, really, be a part of this world and use this world, right? Because that's the only way it's going to uphold itself if we adopt it in our regular life. So here's something that I came across. I'm going to put this in the chat. Oops. Well, let me put the blog in the chat first, Alchemy blog, because that's something good. Let's do it in boot camp. And then let's go to this uTrust, put that in here. And yeah, y'all take a look, see what it's about, see if you can get your hands in it, see if it looks like a scam. I don't know. But, these are some things that I've came across, look very interesting to me, and want to see what you guys think about it. Like I said, this is new for all of us. So we are really learning together in real time in this. So I'm just literally passing on information that I get to you guys. And then speaking of that, right, let me pull up here. Now, I ran into something quite interesting, and I want to show you guys. So it's a Discord, and basically they are all about, let me see if can I go to welcome? Yeah, they're all about talk to earn. They're all about a community where we talk to each other, we earn crypto, and the point of it is to ensure that we're earning this crypto and doing things on the blockchain, again, to keep this thing going, because the community runs this decentralized world. And without the community, there is no decentralized world. So all of these companies are making all of these different type of ways for us to adopt this into our normal life. And we can do things like being a developer, being a coder, being a master trader. Oh, I know crypto, all this good stuff. Or we can just, and we can just have other people that, you know, don't know it to that degree. Maybe there's someone like our parents or our grandparents, or even, you know, children. We want to get them in and, you know, introduce them to something that's a little different, so then they could just build upon that. So this is one of it. Again, it's just about talking and earning. And you talk in this Discord and you earn crypto. So let me show you guys. Let me see. We got the shop card. I'm going to send you guys this link so you can get involved. But this is my cart. And if I go to balance, it tells me that I have about 3 cents here, and I can't claim anything. So what you can do is you get crypto in their cryptocurrency, which is GM. And after probably like, once I get to probably 50 cents or something, then I can probably cash out, and I can cash out and it goes to my wallet, and I can exchange it for USDC if I want, or whatever is 50 cents. But it is pegged to the dollar. So it's a stable coin. So you can, you know, if it shows 3 cents, it's really 3 cents in USD as well. So yeah, this is good. I haven't did much. I literally said something in welcome. I think I said, hey guys, and that's how I got the 3 cents. So yeah, I'm going to send you guys, and you go through these channels, you know, collab contest, emoji contest, like you go through these channels and just interact. And as you create a post, as you know, interact, you are liking things, you are commenting on stuff, sharing blogs, sharing information, you get crypto. That's all. That's the name to the game. Just talk to folks and earn crypto. That is awesome. So let's go to where we at? Public, invite people. I'm going to copy, and then I'm going to send this in the Discord. Ooh, send this in our Discord so you guys can join and then start making some free crypto, right? Like, maybe you don't want to, that's fine. But again, I'm just want to show you something that was really cool. And they have a whole bunch of these other things. Like you guys probably heard play to earn, you know, so you play a game and you earn crypto. Learn and earn, kind of what we do here. You answer a question, or you go through a module, and then you get, you know, free crypto. That's on like Coinbase and Uphold and stuff. But yeah, so I'm just gonna drop these little things here about whatever verb we want to do and earn in the crypto community. I'll just keep dropping, and you guys just join or don't join. It's cool. Let me say hey. It's cool, but yeah, you know, why not get free crypto? Like, the space is new, rack up on some stuff, you get your knowledge up, you know, and then you just start exchanging it into crypto that you actually want, like XRP, XML, I don't know, Matic, Ethereum. Those are just the highlights, but there's so many other projects out here that, you know, it's good to just hold on to those coins. Yes, we do want to, you know, transact on the network, and that's why we have ETH, that's why we have Bitcoin and, you know, BNB and stuff. But we want to also have some savings, you know, have some reserve, hold on to some tokens, or coins, because, you know, they'll end up increasing in price as more people come into this world, come into this infrastructure and start interacting, right? Because right now we just need liquidity. We just need people to come in and start moving around on the network, using coins to get into D-apps, using coins to pay for services. We need that type of movement so our coins can be in higher price, so we can get that, you know, we can trade that difference. And it starts with us, right? It starts with us coming in here, learning about stuff and showing the world, hey, look what I had got involved in. Maybe you should get involved in it too. And, you know, let the rabbit hole go down. So here is some information. And guys probably seen in, as far as like, just segue into another topic. You guys probably seen like, your name probably in different colors. The ones in blue, as you can see, you're in lifetime access. So if you pay full price for this boot camp, you have lifetime access to this chat, to the to the where we at, boot camp chat. So, as we get little gems and stuff, I'm always going to put it into the boot camp. You guys know first, as well as the mentees. These are the two channels that I'm just going to keep driving in new information that I get. Just go ahead and, give it to you guys. You can ask any questions you need as you get onto your job and you need help. Maybe you're at your job and you're like, I don't know what the freak to do. You can hop into boot camp and access, like, I don't know how to, my manager said this. What do you think that means? Like, you have someone or at least a network where you can, talk with your journey with and get help on your journey. Now, the Discord itself is for help and for networking. So I'm going to help everybody. But CS Bootcamp and mentees get, more of my attention and a little more of the help than anybody else, right? So lifetime access, and then subbies, you guys are yellow. That means that you pay a subscription to have access to this bootcamp channel, right? And any other classes that we have in this channel. So, if you don't pay for the month, you will get booted out. You come back, you'll get re-enter, right? So we'll just play that game since you a subby, which is cool, offline. Okay, that's just nobody. And then support, the pink is admin, and the green is, I guess, just support. This is my brother. He hasn't really been in here supporting as he should, so he about to get fired. But yes, so if you need any help with anything, if you're just stuck on something, you can either directly message anybody in support, or you can literally say at support, right? And then type your question. Hey, I need help. Right? Let me just send that. And it will literally send a message to all the support members. Okay. And then that's like a direct message. So we know to help you. Okay. So that's kind of how you can see how you can navigate the Discord a little bit, because we have made a little bit of changes here. So just know that support, you can add us, or even if it's an admin question, you can do admin. Hey, payment, please. This is I'm just showing you guys really quick how you can utilize these admin and support so you can get direct help. Because I don't want to miss your question. Sometimes some of these private channels that I'm in, they do have, people do write in them. So I get a lot of notifications. So I could miss it if you're not directly adding me or support. So if it's something urgent, something that you're working on now, just add us so we can help you. I see a question pop up here. It says, so just to be clear, I have access to this chat for life. Just to be clear, I'm a bootcamp customer. Yes. I mean, where you at? Are you logged in? I think your name is Blue. I don't know. Let me see. Oh, Warrior GT. Yes, you are Blue. So you are a lifetime member. Okay. So you pay one time, you pay the full price, you in it for as long as we have, technically speaking, run. Okay. So, and it's gonna run for some time. So yeah, I want to make sure that you guys got some information. Oh, since we're in Discord, basically, as you guys see here on the left, I have a bunch of Discord servers that I have joined, and you probably do too. So instead of having like a full list going down, put these things in folders. Okay. I literally will create folders, and all you gotta do is just drag and drop them. So I'll put technically speaking with this one, and as you can see, it just created a folder for it, but I don't want technically speaking in that. So I'm going to take that out and keep that folder. I'll probably put this in this folder because these my peoples. So I want to make sure I put them together. So yeah, as you can see, it cleans it up. It's in folders. So this folder is my money maker. So these discourse are, this is where, these are my, what is this? Oh yeah, this is my trading Discord. So I'm part of a signals group. whether you guys know or not, I don't do all my trades myself. I am part of a group and we trade together. So part of that, part of a sports betting Discord, you know, so we bet on sports. So that's my money makers. And then I have, you know, one of my clients, and then I have cert specific. So we got cert junkies for Security Plus, CCNA, and Jeremy's IT. Jeremy does CCNA as well. He's really good. You can join if you want. A lot of stuff you kind of have to pay. It's not all free, so whatever. But, you know, name it, you know, then my Web3 folder. I got Hyperledger, Layer 0. This was an airdrop. That's why I joined their Discord. And then Dowflick, right? This is my baby. Well, this is our baby, right? Because it's for everyone. And yeah, you see, so just make it easier. Don't let Discord, you know, overwhelm you. Organize your stuff, make it really, really easy, okay? Oh, that's that. And then, yeah, again, voice channels. Someone had said that they couldn't see the voice channels. They're all the way at the bottom. Okay, we have a lounge. You know, you guys can join us at any time. I have a CS bootcamp only, but some I don't know, the permissions wasn't working. So some of you guys may have access, some may not. I'm still working on this. But, you know, trading room, maybe you guys are trading and you kind of want to, you know, use some type of, you know, voice or audio to where, you know, you're hopping in trades at the same time, because it takes a lot to text it. I try to message my trades a lot, but it don't work when I'm going through trying to open a trade, in the trade, looking at the chart. So, you know, hop into that study room. We already been in there, and then lounge. We just chilling. I don't know. It's just I think it was just a preset voice channel. But anyway, yeah. So get involved. Okay, guys, get involved. That's really all I had today. I just wanted to give you guys a part 1 of job hunting, where to set up your accounts, your profiles, and how to adjust the settings. And then, you know, some places to go outside of just regular job boards like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Twitter is really big. I got Afrotech from Twitter. And even though I've never been to Afrotech, I've made connections with people that, you know, go to Afrotech. I made connections with people that are, you know, just people that work, whether they're tech recruiters or they actually work at the company. They're like, yeah, my company, Vanguard, they're hiring, you know? So I've been able to apply to a lot of high-end positions just based off of Twitter. Yes, I had some phone calls from them. Clearly they didn't work out, some of them. So yeah, I mean, got to put yourself out there. It's a numbers game, right? And then after that, we talked about some blockchain stuff. So I want you guys to get involved with Alchemy, get involved with learning more about these different companies, these different projects that's on the blockchain space, because everything that's Web 2 needs to be Web 3, and it's an open playing field. So learn what's out there, learn how you can use it, and learn how you can make money from it, which is simple as, oh, I found a, you know, talk to earn, you know, Discord, and you're gonna invite people to do that, and you're gonna make some money, right? Or you can just as simple as create your own crypto company. I don't know what y'all want to do, but here's the information, and the world is yours. And then I gave you guys Utrust, and yeah, that is it. Tell me what you guys got going on. You know, do you have any questions about the material? Have any questions about our suggestions of what we should talk about? Or are you stuck on something? What's going on?
I'm still, hey Victor, I'm still stuck on server. I thought that I had it after I watched your video today. I'm gonna take my Bluetooth off. Did you hear me clearly or no?
No, I can't really hear you like that. You sound like you're far.
Okay, hold on. Is this better?
Yes, much better, much better.
Okay, yeah, I'm at work on the road. Okay, so yeah, I'm still having difficulty setting up the DHCP server. after watching your video today, I got a really good understanding of it, and I can speak to it verbally. But setting it up, that's a whole nother deal. I set up a network today, and it was simple. It was just 3 things. It's a router, a switch, and a computer. And I shared some screenshots in the CS Bootcamp conversation earlier. And it allowed me to type everything up, and it looks like I set up the server, but the issue is it's not assigning any IP addresses to the interfaces. But when I did IP int brief, it does show the IP addresses that have been assigned to, I guess, the pool, and it shows that I named the pool, but it's not assigning any IP addresses.
Okay, so it definitely shows that you have the pool and that it is giving out, is attempting to try to give it out, but your computer just doesn't show the new IP. So if you go to the computer, you had it on, let me go back to Discord. You have your computer. If you click on your computer and, you know, click on, I think it was get IP from DHCP address, something like that. It doesn't populate, nothing in that field populates on package.
I never typed that into the PC. I typed everything into the router. I think if you scroll up, there's a screenshot.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. Yes. That's your range. And you
look, it's unsigned.
Yeah. Hold on. So, okay. So this is your router, and what we want to do. Oh, okay. That's very advanced of you. I'm proud of you, but that's not.
And you ain't gotta give me the direct answer. If you kind of want me to still figure it out on my own, that's cool. But like, I feel like I'm so close.
No, I'm going to give you the answer because this is good what you did. It's very advanced, very architect of you. But no, we're not going to do it this way. What you want to do is give this IP address range, one of these IP addresses, to your computer, not your router. So you're trying to assign your router an IP address to one of these interfaces. So what you actually want to do is manually assign one of these interfaces with an IP address, and then have your computer get an IP address from the router's pool. If that makes sense.
You want me to manually assign an IP address to
your router, which is one of these interfaces, right?
Oh, so the DHCP does not assign the IP address to itself.
Yes, in a sense, correct. Now it can, but we're not going to get that deep into it.
Oh, okay. I thought I was going to, okay.
Yeah, that's why I said that's very good of you. You went very deep, very architect-like.
Okay.
We gonna get there, not yet. And this is Packet Tracer, so it's not, you can do this, but most likely as an architect, you're gonna go in and just manually assign gigabit 0/0/0, and then make DHCP that you put on this router, give it to everyone else. So it can give it to another router, another, device, but not itself. And that's usually to help with management and control, because we want to control this router, not have DHCP control the router. That makes sense.
So when the computer goes into DORA mode and it goes to discover, it can't discover nothing because right now you're saying my router ain't got no IP address. Is that right?
Boom, 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 boom.
Okay, I'm following you here. Okay.
And as you can see, so we have the network, we have the default router, the DNS. Okay, so what you have to do, so since you didn't assign an IP address to the interface on your router, what you're going to do is assign a relay address, which is the same thing. You take the interface and you assign an address to it. but this address is actually going to have this command, IP helper dash address. And that's to say, hey, router, you are a DHCP server. You're going to act as one. And this is the IP address that you're going to use to help communicate between the computer, the client, and myself, and, you know, these configs.
Okay, so I did that part. I think the only part that I missed was actually assigning the IP address to that first port.
Okay, yes, because
I don't.
it's not assigned.
Yeah. Okay, I forgot to screenshot my complete CLI line, but I did type in everything pretty much that you have on your video. Yeah, I did the IP helper address. I did that, and I think I used the same exact address that you used.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
So when I get home tonight and I assign the IP address to that first port, we should be good.
Exactly.
Maybe. Okay.
Should. When you get home, go ahead and do show running config and just send me your running configuration so I can see what you have set up and how you set it up. And then we could just go from there.
Let me put that in my notepad. Show running config.
Yes. It should be, no, it's not on here.
No problem.
Yeah,
okay, I'll be home in about an hour. I'm gonna send that on over because I want to be done with this. And I'm gonna it's so advanced, but I'm just happy that I can speak to it because I know now if I get an interview, I'm like, yeah, I set up a DHCP server while I was interning for Tech Speaks. And I'm like, oh, what's that? How do you do that? I could speak to it.
Yep.
I need to be able to do it though.
Exactly. And this is exactly what you do in the real life. These are the exact commands. This is exact steps. Like, you know, so the fact that you're doing this and you're learning this real time, it's nothing for you to get a network engineer position. Like, forget all the network admin, like you're an engineer now, you know? So this is good.
This is dope.
Yeah. Okay. So complete this. Let's go ahead and put this on your resume and go ahead and, you know, get you some jobs.
I think I had another question. I typed something down. How did you select the first address within the range of DHCP addresses? Is that just random or is that from our beginning education, like the A+B=C type thing when we learned about subnetting and IP addresses in classes?
That is correct. You hit it on the nose. So you get the usable range from subnetting. Now, usually we do not subnet. We have subnet calculators. So let's do subnet calculator. We have these calculators that give us the range already. So what will happen is, as an engineer or as an architect, you will talk to a service provider, someone who provide your company service. So, you know, so like let's just say I work for Dialpad, right? And Dialpad, I could just say T-Mobile. Yes, I work for, because we deal with vendors. So I work for T-Mobile, and what we do is we have, you know, service providers. So we have Bandwidth and some other company. So what they do is they provide us with internet service, and they give us an IP address. They'll probably give us something like this. And they say, hey, you have about, you know, I don't know, 64 or 200 addresses in this IP. Go ahead and assign them to your department or whoever you want to assign it to. Now, what I would have to do is actually subnet this, break this down into ones and zeros and find out what that range is. But I can just literally click on this calculator and it'll show me. Let's do 192.168. I don't know. I'm just making up something. Maybe it'll give me something. In the subnet, let's say, you know, and again, you wouldn't know how to do this unless you know how to subnet. You just don't have to do that tedious calculations. You just need to know what subnets are. You know, and this is the subnet, which is the network, okay, that the IP address belongs to, because the IP belongs to a specific network, and that network can be broken into many different networks, right? And that's where VLANs, when we talk about VLANs, virtual local area networks, that breaks it down and separates traffic. So IP address is the same thing. We can break them down and separate our traffic so we can get more IPs. out of just this one. Because this is just one IP and I can assign this to myself. But what about the other 600 people in my company? I have to take this IP and break it down into ones and zeros to find more IPs. And that is it's tedious. It's not hard because it's literally just your addition and subtraction, maybe a little multiplication. Maybe if you get fancy, because multiplication and addition can get long, you can do exponents, right? But that's as far as math you're gonna get. You're not gonna get into like pre-cal and stuff. Let me see. Maybe I can IP. Maybe I can show you guys just a little bit. Subnetting. I don't know. Let me come here. Let's do subnetting online, or maybe explained. I don't know. Subnet online. Subnetting is a lot, like I said. Oh, they just won't calculate it. Subnet. How about this? Subnetting explained, or examples. Whew, terrible. All right, so subnetting. We have our IPv4 address. Now, before we go in, when you have an IPv4 address, we know that now we have these 6 addresses. And why do we have that? Because IPv4 addresses are running out. We cannot give every single device on the network their own unique IP address. We have to start sharing. Now, outside of sharing, how do we get more? How do we share? How do we get more out of that sharing? Like, if we have a pizza and we're sharing a pizza. So what if it's 8 slices? What if it's more than 8 people? Then we're going to start cutting this pizza slices in half to make it, half of a slice. So it's the same thing with IP addresses. We don't have to necessarily have a V6 address. We can just subnet and find other addresses. And if you go down, we come here. Now, since you're on the CCNA track, you definitely want to, brush up on subnetting. And if you need a full lecture, we'll go in. But yeah, but just to give you an example, this is your IP address. This is your subnet mask. It is the network that you belong to. So just by my knowledge, I automatically know that this is a /24. And right, it says it right here, /24. Okay, we talked about octets. And, we talked about the ones and zeros. There's 8 ones and zeros inside of one octet, one place mark of the IP address. So we're subnetting, we're taking this 192 and we're breaking it down into the place marks of ones and zeros. How do you find that place mark? Whew, it's a lot. I don't think I'm gonna go deep into that unless, you want a lecture on it. But just going back up here, the place marks mean something. So just like in decimal points, you guys know decibels. So you got the tenths, the hundreds, the thousands, you got all that. It's the same thing. For this one is probably equal to 56, and this one is 156, and this one is 32. Like, it's a place mark. I can't tell you the actual chart. I forgot it. And that's another thing for the exam. I memorized the chart low key, and then they give you paper at the exam, and I wrote the chart down just so I can just get it out my brain. I wrote the chart down on my paper, and that's how I was able to subnet. I only had like 4 subnetting questions, so I could have got them all wrong for all I knew. But subnetting is something that you should know. But anyway, yeah. So you see how these ones and zeros are, there's 8 of them in each octet. This is the computer. The computer says all of this equals this. So again, we have to break it down in place marks. And you literally have to do 1 and 0. It is so tedious. And you got to do the subnet mask like that too. So 0 means do not count. 1 means do count. So each of these place marks means something. It's like Morse code. Morse code, you do, like all that means something. A, B, C, D. It's the same thing. 1 means something, 2 means something. All of these 0 means nothing. It means do not count this place mark. Count this place mark. Don't count this place mark. You see, so 1s are on, 0s are off. Count all these place marks. Don't count any of this. So if I have a whole octet with all zeros, look what it ends up. Ends up with a 0 for a decimal. So Again, I'm not gonna get too deep, but this can definitely take like an hour to explain. But once you understand it, like I said, you're an engineer, you're an architect, like you have these skills that people don't know because they're gonna brush over this in school for like 2 weeks and then you're done. You know, a lot of people from school don't even know this. I don't know
Oh, wow.
why. Yeah, I don't know why. But and again, probably because we have calculators. We talked about this yesterday, AI that will do this stuff for us. We don't even have to count. We don't have to use our brain for real. We just need to know that this is an IP address. And from this right here, it's a class C. This is a subnet mask. Just by looking at it, it's a /24. That's all I need to know. What the class is and what the subnet equals in a slash notation written in this form. That's it, you know. Subnetting is good to practice it just so you can kind of understand like, oh, okay, I get how we break down IP addresses. But to actually do this process, especially when you're setting up DHCP, hell no.
Yeah.
Look, it even gets even more ingrained. Like when I started this, I was literally like all ones and zeros. All I saw was ones and zeros. I couldn't even read it anymore because it was just ones and zeros. Like I messed up on my math so many times because there's so many ones and zeros that I even forget to like, am I on 16? Am I on 20? Like what the hell? You got to start all over again.
I gotta use that this little chart that I use every single time that I'm breaking down an IP address to decimal or zeros and ones, binary.
Yes. It says, first example. Oh yeah, because you're gonna get questions that's gonna say, find the first usable address in this IP address. So you would literally have to break it down. They're gonna give you this right here and say, find the first usable host. Let me see if I can. Subnetting question.
The first usable address in that subnet mask?
Yes. Oh, I should have clicked on the first one. Okay, so this is that kind of what they're gonna have. Convert the following decimal numbers to binary. You know, so they'll have 254 and you need to convert it into ones and zeros, or they may have ones and zeros and you need to convert it into a decimal, right? It's very easy when you start doing it, but when you know saying when you first look at this, you're like, what the hell? How the fuck do I do that? But again, it's play smart. It's honestly not like calculus. It's not algebra 2. It's freaking middle school math. And you know, these are that. How many total bits are being used to identify the network and how many total bits are identified by the host? Again, once you know, at least brush up on subnetting, like probably like a whole hour or two, you can answer all these questions without having to really think about it that hard, right? Because it's seventh grade math. I don't even want to say it's that high. You know,
yeah, so it's like, can this number go into this number? Does it? Okay, put a 1 there.
Perfect. Exactly. But you'd be surprised how a lot of people don't understand that.
It took me a while to get it, but like I think after like maybe 3 days of watching like 2 hours worth of videos, I figured it out. But I was just a little bit thrown off today when I saw the range of numbers you selected, and I'm like, is that for a reason or was that random? And you answered it. You said it's definitely a reason.
Yes.
So is the IP address that you had in your video, is that the first available IP address in that subnet mask?
Ooh, you asking some really good questions. Now, you are, because no, it is not the first address. The first address is the network address and you cannot use it. You have to use the one following that first address. So when you find the range, you have to +1 in the beginning and -1 at the end. So if you find a range, exactly. If you find a range,
that's why I said it only said 254 addresses available, not 255.
Exactly. You got a -1 because you can't use 255 because 255 means broadcast or it means multicast, one of them. So you can't you can't give a computer a multicast address or a broadcast address because then everyone's going to see that data. You have to give it, you know. So Yeah, the ranges. That's what you will learn, the ranges. Class A, Class B, and Class C, Class D and E. So C, public, I think D is used for the military. No, D is multicast. E is probably used for the military. Yes. So addresses that start with 240, they are for the military and for, government stuff. So you'll never, ever, unless you work for a government company, use an address that starts with 240. Right. We use 192 a lot. You probably right now, if you look at your IP, you probably got a 192 address. That's a private IP address. That's why I said we all can have the same address because it's private just to our local network. But when we go outside into the public, we're gonna have something like this, 192.0.0, whatever, So
Wait, I thought that private was only like in the range of like 10 and 20 or something like that.
private, oh yeah. Okay, so private ranges are very specific, right? So you see how this is a private range, class C is the 192, but the range itself stops at, oh no, the whole range is private. 192 all the way to 192, 168. Nope. The public range starts with this 192, 168, and then any of the other zeros, it doesn't matter. So if it starts with these two octets, it is private. If it starts with 192 and anything outside of 168 or above, then it's public. So it's very specific with its private range. It only gives you a range. So, and they're going to ask you on the CCNA, what is a class B private range? And they're going to give you a whole bunch of options, because it's multiple choice.
Oh, I see. So basically each class gives you a different private range. So the private range I'm thinking about was class 8 and from like 10 and up then, right?
Exactly.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Easy. So anything 10 point, anything other number is a private IP.
And that's usually like with like VPN and stuff like that.
Yeah, anything local, as long as it's local. I could have a 10 if I want. Usually when I create servers and like for T-Mobile or from my last company, when I create servers, the IP range was always 10. It was like 10.10.1.6 or something like that. It was always a 10 because it's private in our network, in our system. So yeah. And you see it has in this range, in this 10.0 range, the way to 10.255, which is the highest it can ever be. It can never be higher than this 255 number. It's 126 addresses. Obviously, that's not enough. I mean, networks. Obviously, that's not enough, So we break it down even more. And on this network, we can have 16, what is that, million, 100,000? And then if we go down to a class B, we have 65,000 available addresses that we can assign out. Well, we may want to choose, it's host because they already did the +1 and -1. And then, class C. So if you were saying, hey, I need to do subnet, I need to, have my business get IP addresses, you wouldn't get, and let's say you need 1,000 IPs, you wouldn't use a class C address. You would use a class B. And you would know that off top because you know what they start with, right? You know the range. Well, you probably wouldn't use private because that's for us. So you'll probably use something with public, but you'll know the range regardless. And again, as you subnet some more, it'll start to, it'll click. Once you get it, you'll get it, it's something like that. But yes, IPs, that's why a lot of times we don't really care to talk about IPv6 because we have not only NAT, we talked about network address translation from private to public to private. We also have subnetting. We can just break one IP address down into multiple thousands of IP addresses. So it's okay. We can freaking use IPv4 till whatever. So yeah, subnetting is a beast, I would probably say it took me like 2 weeks to understand what was happening. What really helps me is flashcards. In the course, in the original computer science course, I have flashcards, Quizlet digital flashcards, and use them, so you can have one side to say, what's a class B private IP range. And then on the other side of the card, it'll have this, because they're going to ask you. They ask me probably every last one of these. What's a private B? What's a private A? And what's a private C? And, it is memorizing. I'm sorry. You do have to memorize this in some way, somehow, maybe make it make it make sense to me. Right. So let's say they're asking me, what's a class C private IP range? So instead of actually remembering the actual range, I know that it starts with the first two octets are 192.168. That's all I'm going to remember, right? Zero to, that's just the whole thing. I already know that zero is, everything starts with zero and everything ends with 255. So all I'm paying attention to is if it has these two, that's a private range. Now, on the test, like again, it is multiple choice. So they're definitely going to have this on here. They're definitely going to have a 10. That's already two answers that that ain't right for sure. So now you have to battle with two more answers, which will have this, and they'll probably have this. So now you have to use process of elimination. Which one is the most best one? And again, if you're just paying attention, if you're just remembering the first two, you know that 192.168 is not BRA, then you kind of good with picking out a good, a good answer, because it's multiple choice. Like for me, that's the most easiest test I can take, because it's just process of elimination. And as I keep, putting this into my mind every day, and I keep seeing this every day, especially 30 days straight, by day 32, I'm taking the exam, already know, my mind already knows what's going on. And then day 35, I already got my exam. Now I don't know anything. Like it just goes out my brain. And that's okay, because you just need the exam. They're going to train you anyway. Like, honestly, I've never had to use my full CCNA knowledge at work. Honestly, like if I'm in a router, I'm Googling, what should I do in that router? Like they're telling me something like, hey, can you see if there's packets on this router? And then I would literally Google how to check traffic on a router, on a Cisco router. And I'll probably put the model into, and then it'll give me steps. Cisco will give you steps like, how to check traffic on a Cisco router. Now, as I got better and as I started getting more experience, getting more contracts, then clearly I know something better, how to Google. I know better, because I'll probably put, commands to find traffic. I'll put something that's more specific. But you see, like they have stuff for you. You just have to know how to read it. And you see, show IP traffic. What? I'm about to try that. I will go right to the router and see if that command runs.
It seems to do a task multiple different ways in the CLI line. Is that right?
What? Yes, it's a million different ways on how to do one thing.
Man.
But yeah, see this traffic, I use this a lot. And again, I just put that right in the router and look. And again, if you're supposed to know the foundations. So I don't necessarily have to know all of this mean, but I can at least use my critical thinking, my knowledge, and be like, okay, well, this says format errors. So no format errors, check some errors, 12 bad hop count. What the hell hop counts? So it seems like some data is hopping from device to device or something in that sense. And it's 12 bad. What does that mean? So then you got to start going down some stuff. I'm seeing zero. Should I see zero? And then you look at it and say, oh, okay, I see that it sent this much. Oh, okay. It dropped this much. That failed. Oh, okay. So then you look at the task that they told you to do. Or is there traffic on the router? And it's like, well, yeah, there is traffic on the router, but something's been going on. And that's probably why y'all having some issues. So I probably should figure out what's going on. And from there, you just start with, start troubleshooting, start just using different, just start going down a rabbit hole, really. And you have a team. The team is going to troubleshoot with you. The team going to be like, oh, well, last year you wasn't here, but we had this go on. or I know what that is. I saw this before. I don't know, the team is going to help you too. But this is exactly what I do at my, 100K job. I Google how to do stuff. But yeah, this is a CCNA. Like I said, you just have to put all of this knowledge in your head, which is Cisco's knowledge. It's not what we do out in the real world, which is, I know it's a little bit like, what the fuck? But as long as you have the foundation, which Cisco is giving you, have this certificate, the doors open. You can do whatever you want. Like I said, I really don't use my CCNA knowledge like that. Most of the time, it's literally like one job I had it to where they just threw me in the fire. But again, I had my CCNA and I actually knew what the hell was going on. So I, still prevailed. But regardless, you want to still be able to, play this game. And the game is you need a cert. And why not have the most powerful cert, which is a CCNA? Well, one of the most, that's the starter, because that shows that you are competent in Cisco systems. And Cisco is the leading provider in IT services in the world. So why not be proficient in them? Why not? But yeah, so use Cisco community. They're good. I learn everything from them. Cisco networking. You could go to a Cisco Live. Thinking about going to a Cisco Live, which is almost like an Afro Tech. Like everyone come together in a location and talk, nerd talk. And that's where you find jobs and stuff. Like, sometimes they don't even look at your resume. They just, you're there. They ask you about yourself and be like, hey, would you like to join us?
Yeah, I'm gonna look into that tonight. You said it's called Cisco Live?
Yes.
It's
Cisco.
on you gotta log into your Cisco account.
Yeah, you do, unfortunately. Save the date. Cisco Live. This was in June 23rd. So this is one of them. They have a bunch of them. They even have some via WebEx, via like Zoom too. And again, it's networking. My job had these. So anytime you had to go into you had to take a phone call or you just didn't want to be around folks, they installed these things. And then COVID hit and it was like, so pretty cool, be around something. And you could put this on your resume. Say you went to a Cisco Live. That shows that, you're eager to learn and they love folks like that. They don't, I saw a study. They said 48% of jobs are non-technical jobs. That's in the tech industry. Most of the time, they just need people that can be a liaison, that can say, hey, this, basically tech right, but, in a verbal way. So they say, hey, I can be the middleman between the developers and the users. And that is so many positions, low call center, all the way high to like tech sales, and that's, or a sales engineer. I ain't gonna say tech sales because a lot of people think that you're selling technology, but a sales engineer, you're just a middleman between the person who is trying to get the product and the person who is selling the product. Right.
Yeah, that sales engineer job sounds great. And they pay pretty well too.
But they pay a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. And a lot of them are remote. So I get on sales engineer as well. It's so many positions out here. Like it's so many titles out here. And a lot of these titles, like sales engineering or just like the middleman title, a lot of them don't even really have a real title to it. They companies just make it up. So you may be like, well, I don't want to be, this title. You really have to look at the description of stuff because the title is just what the company thinks they need that position for. But the job description could be something just as simple as data scraping. The job description could be something as just, consulting on technology, like looking at their infrastructure and making suggestions. That's usually a lot of contracts that I get. I get brought on as a consultant. I come into their environment, they say, hey, can you tell me what I need? Or can you show me if I'm missing something? And, honestly, I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm like, sure. But I'm learning. And, since they want me to look at their network and see what's going on, there's times for it where I'm not running tickets. I'm not doing like actual work. I'm just here to observe. So I have time to sit there and Google stuff and be like, okay, well, let me get this monitoring tool and let me learn how to use this monitoring tool and whoopty whoop. And that's it. That's it. Like I really, and honestly, it's the only way like to bridge y'all from what y'all know now and to get the 100K job or at least an 80K job is networking. You literally have to be out here saying hey to folks. I get it. You want to be an introvert, but right now we got to start talking. We got to start making ourselves visible and making sure that you are hungry for the knowledge. Like, I get it. I'm saying this is just to pay your mortgage off or to go on vacation, but you still have to be, a student. You still have to keep learning. Once you show that and you network, I mean, it doesn't matter what's going on. Like I said, people hire folks and they don't care what their background is. They just like you as a person, and you showed them that you're eager to learn and you cool, you chill, you got some skills and you ready to learn more. And they're like, cool, let's bring you on for project management. You're like, the fuck? I just told you I was a network engineer. Why would you bring me on for project management? I have a CCNA. Like, it's okay. You have good skill sets. It's like, wow, so don't get hung up on the job title or the job description. The job title and sometimes the job description, because if it seems like it's going in the direction you like, still apply. I don't care if it says 8 years. I don't care if it says you're going to be dealing with, stuff that we haven't talked about. Who cares? Because you send them the resume, and if they like it, that's your resume. Like, you're not lying on your resume. Are you? No, you actually did stuff. Did you not? Did you not do these projects? Like, did you not set up the HCP? Right? Like, you gotta play around. But yeah, I can do more CCNA for you guys. Just reach out to me. Elle, just let me know when you want to do subnetting, because go in.
Okay.
And any one of you guys going through the CCNA, you want me to cover some topics. Let me see if I can bring this over. Yeah, you want to cover some topics, we can definitely do that. I do have videos already, but I can break it down in a more better way if the videos didn't help, or if you just need real-time lesson, because I know a lot of times that helped me when someone's actually right there talking to me, telling me about it. I didn't always have that luxury, so I literally had to grind really hard and go through countless articles and countless Googling to get a full picture of this, to be able to explain it to you so easily. And that's where I'm kind of get you guys are at. I want you guys to learn how to research. And the easiest thing I can say is learn how to Google. Like, it's one thing you are Googling, but do you know the keyword? Because if you put in different words, you get different search results. So put in the right keywords to get the right result, so you can always, be on top. Because I can tell you, there are a lot of people who do not know this information, but they know where to get this information. And you need to be one of those people, because a lot of people just don't want to research. Some people will literally ask me things that they can Google, and it's not like, oh, it's something technical. It's more just informational. Like, somebody may say, hey, what does IRA stand for? And it's like, so you can literally use your phone, go to Safari, say IRA, Investopedia will pop up right there. But you want me to take out my time to explain something, a definition. And right there is a wrong habit to have. If it's a term you don't know, Google it first, and if you don't understand what you just read, watch a video on it, and then if that still didn't get to you, then I understand why you ask in your network. But you have to take these steps that are just small and basic. If your computer just died, I don't think, if your computer went just blank, I don't think that it's just time to get a new computer. I think you should figure out, why did your screen go out black? Why did it just die? Was the battery low? Do you have too many software running? Are you up to date on your software? Like, it's so much stuff that we have to go through before we just give up, or just before we go to, a whole brand new resolve, right? And this is exactly what it means to be an engineer, right? You are fixing things that break. You are finding out the root cause. And sometimes you don't find the root cause. Sometimes you literally just fix it and you're like, dang, how did it work? but as long as it works, that's good. And that's okay, because they are counting on you. They're counting on us as the developer, as the engineer, to just make it work. They don't care how we made it work. Now, the real thing is if it goes down again. Now you really have to figure out what's the root issue and how you cannot make it happen again. Which again, it's all about learning. And as you learn that stuff and you really accomplish that in an enterprise setting, put that on your resume and go get a higher paying job, right? Like, jump around, have no loyalty to these companies, because they will, all of them are at will. At least all of them that I've had, no matter what state, they're all at will. And especially with you being a non-FTE, which is a full-time employee, if you take contracts. But as long as you're not a full-time employee, they will let you go quick. They'll be like, yeah, your contract's about to end. We're not going to renew. Peace. And that's what I like about
facts. That's facts. Facts.
Yes. Like, they don't care. It's all business to them. Like for me, I work for T-Mobile, but Dialpad, like I told you, the other software company, they pay for my salary. So no matter how good I am with T-Mobile, no matter how much we interact, my salary gets paid from a whole nother company. So it's all business. Like, they don't care who I am. They don't care my personality. They just like, shoot, we're done with this and you're gone. Now this is a new department for T-Mobile, because T-Mobile is working with a new, company. So, I feel like it's long-term, but shoot, they could probably be like, we don't want to deal with Dialpad. They ain't, what I'm saying? Like, who knows? Like, business deals could be messed up. Somebody could probably buy Dialpad out and, I lose my job. It's so much. So, I gotta, stay one up. And one up is, oh, you want me to do this? Even though I've never done it? Fine. Just like we did Jira training. I'm going to add Jira to my resume. Like, what are you talking about? Like, all these tools I'm adding and I'm applying every day. I have a job and I'm still applying. One, because I don't think this is enough money. And two, like, shoot, I gotta hop around. These folks do not care. I cannot just, be chilling. Now, they did renew my contract for 60 days. So I'm good for the next 60 days. But they've been doing this to me for the past year or two. Who the freak wants to just keep getting renewed every 60 days? Like, that's a lot of headache. I'm thinking I'm about to, have to go get another contract. And they're like, no, we're going to renew you. You're going to renew you. That's another thing I don't like about contracting. It's good because I can upgrade my skills and just go get another high paying job, but it's bad because there's no real job security, right? And I'm okay with it in a sense, because I'm not trying to be a 9-to-5er. I'm trying to make sure that the bulk of my income come from my income sources, which is, technically speaking, is one. But, I'm partnered with other people. So obviously I have to divvy up the profits. So I create other businesses, other type of passive income streams, which I was thinking about having a boot camp on that for the business owners, because I have myself like 6 to 7 income streams. They're not like really big as my first one, but they supplement my income to where, even if something happens to my first job, I just have to, use my income from all of these sources to pay my bills, which is not ideal. And that would really be a bad situation. But regardless, I was able to come up with these income streams, actually make money from them. And again, as I just keep putting in more energy and more time, I can make more money. So I was thinking about doing like a boot camp on that. I don't know. What y'all think? Maybe y'all business owners, y'all entrepreneurs, freelancers, maybe all the boot camp members can probably hop into that boot camp.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I've been doing a lot on the business side and using tech to help my business side. And I've been running into so many things that I didn't even know these were ways to make money. Like, it's crazy. And there's so many opportunities out here. Once you just get that first LLC, you have your business credit, you have grants that you can get, you have, so much stuff. Like, SBA, like I'm involved with SBA. I have, my woman certificate. Well, I'm still working on that. They need to send me that paperwork. So that means that any government contract, any type of, government work that needs to be done, and they need a tech company, I am first that they look at because I'm approved by SBA, and that's because I have an LLC. So, I mean, you guys go get an LLC. You can get the woman's SBA certified. You can get a Black or minority is what they call it, SBA certification. And that guarantees you to get work from the government, so.
Yeah, I have to look into that because I've had my LLC for 2 years now, and I want to start building business credit with it. And I have a DUNS number as well.
Ooh,
so I
yeah, let's
want to
get you
learn
started. Yes, let's get you started, man. You should have been building business credit. You can get some credit now, even as a newbie. Well, you ain't really a newbie because it's been 2 years, but you can get a lot of stuff. I'm gonna send you some links in your private chat to where you can start building vendor credit. And at least, you can do like what I do to build the credit is I'll go like inventory shopping. So just like at my apartment, I need paper towels and trash bags and, stuff like that. Would use my business account on, my merchant and buy that type of stuff. So it could be used towards building up my business credit. So I'll show you that, I'll show you that.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely. Because I mean, it's out here. The information is out here. Some of it is free. Sometimes people, pay for some of the insiders. And I paid a lot of money for just personal development and business development. And a lot of tools that they gave me are, out on the internet. They're free tools. It's just you have to find it. And what I've learned is me paying them cuts down my research time. So, I don't mind paying, learning this information, and then giving it to my network, which is, hey, this is how I was able to utilize this information. This may be how you could utilize it. And if you like the material, you can always go to that person and pay for their service. Like I said, I had a marketing mentor. He still kind of is my mentor, but when he's ready to really like help me, I give him $1,000, and he really like, almost mentors me like one-on-one. Well, he does actually one-on-one and gives me all the gems. And I use those gems and, share it to the world. But he's always upcoming with new information. So I have to pay him $1,000, get some more information, apply that, rinse and repeat. And that's usually what we do out here, right? Like we're going to buy information, we're going to pay for, network into something, we're going to utilize that, and then we're going to share that with our network. And, and the network just keeps going and growing and growing. Lack of better terms, that's affiliate marketing, right? We are showing information, and if someone wants more, we give them the direct access. Because I'm not like proficient in marketing. I know enough, but it's always good to have someone who is an expert in that field to kind of guide you. And that's really what I've been learning is you really need mentors in different parts of your life. You need a business mentor, you need a personal development mentor, you need a mentor that, know how to finesse, you need a mentor that, whatever you're into. Maybe you're into fitness, have a fitness person, a fitness mentor. You're into cooking, have a mentor that's a chef or owns a restaurant. You always want to have someone that's more successful than you in the field that you want to be successful in, because that's the only way. But yeah, definitely. That's all I got for you guys. We went over a lot, and I'm gonna post the whole video. So you guys have anything going on outside of anything? I don't know. What y'all got? I'm just ready for y'all to apply to these jobs and get these interviews. I'm waiting for someone to get their first interview so we can do what we need to do to get this job. Like, come on, y'all, let's apply. What do y'all need? What do you want to do? Right by now, y'all should know what y'all want to do. Y'all should probably like, okay, I'm going to either just get a high paying tech job, or I'm going to be in the development realm, or I'm going to be in the engineering realm, or I'm going to be, a writer or do something with design. You should kind of have a gist of what department you want to embark on for now. It don't have to be forever, you know, just something to get into now, because you need to start applying and you need to know what to apply to. So by now you should have that, and pick something, you know, maybe it is how to build a VM. I don't know, pick something that you want to do and put it on your resume. What's this work portfolio? Oh, ain't nothing in there. Oh, I need to update some of this resume revamp. Oh yeah, job boards. Y'all utilize this job board, you know, because I need help. And I mean, yes, it's not 100K salary, but at least it adds something to your resume. That's real. You know, I don't know if you guys heard, but my best friend, something like that, she got a boot camp that teaches people basically what I'm teaching. Well, kind of, because she do like Salesforce and stuff. But and she got caught up in scamming. So Black Twitter been dragging her for filth, and they've been saying that, and they've been saying that her course was a scam. I think she was charging folks like 3K for a course. You know, you go through the boot camp. I think it is 6 weeks. And then after 6 weeks, you end up with a 100K job. And then she had testimonies and stuff. And everybody was paying $3,000 for her boot camp. And then I guess she wasn't teaching them right, or I guess she didn't know the information. I don't know what was going on. It was a Black lady too, unfortunately. And they drugging her. So it's sad.